Imagine chasing the same dream for years, sending demo after demo and getting nothing but silence in return. Now, imagine in just 2 weeks hitting not one, not two, but all of your goals. It sounds impossible, right? Well, that's exactly what happened to me in 2013. And today, I'll show you how it can also happen to you. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to share with you the story of how I signed my very first big release. And more importantly, the lessons learned that you can apply to your own journey as well. Whether you're an aspiring producer, artist, or creative of any kind, I promise this story will show you the power of persistence, collaboration, and yes, a little bit of delusional self-belief. This story goes back to 2013. For anyone who was already around in the EDM space, it was the year of Animals, Tsunami, the legendary Ultra Miami live set by Hardwell, and the big boom of big room EDM. At this point, I was already making music for about 4 years. 4 years of practice each and every day. I remember sending my music to Spinning Records by CD and trying out every demo mail I could find to get my music signed. But up to that point, I still got nothing back. I had two big goals I worked on for years: signing a track to Spinning Records and signing a track to Revealed Recordings. Fast forward to the summer of 2013. I remember being on vacation with friends when Hardwell was playing Tomorrowland, and it got live streamed also. This was the moment I decided my goal was not only to sign a track to Revealed, but also to have a track in Hardwell's live set. By setting goals like this and continuing to work on it every day, I truly believe that the right doors will open for you eventually. It is simply a matter of pushing through and not giving up on your vision and a big amount of belief in yourself, especially when no one else does. When I got back from vacation, something happened that would influence my entire life. Someone from my neighborhood, who also was into producing, asked me to make music together. If you know me, especially back then, you will know I was a complete introvert, especially with someone who I didn't really know, so I wasn't too eager to say yes. But something in me said, you know, why not? Maybe you can learn a thing or two, or you could make a nice track together. The next week we met, and that day, as if he was put on my path to bring me to the next level, he gave me a sample of the kick drum I used in all my tracks. This sample was the kick that I used for Shockwave or What You Called Me, my first EP on Revealed, and almost every other song I made after that, including Ready for Action, Arcadia, Deja Vu, and Zodiac. Besides the kick drum I missed in my songs, he also gave me a tip that would change everything for me. He told me, if you want your music to be heard, don't send it to the general demo mail, but look for the A&R on Facebook or LinkedIn and send it to their email address directly. As simple as this sounds, I looked up the Revealed A&R at the time and I sent my demos, with the new kick drum of course. A day later I got a reply. He liked the songs, but not yet for a release, he said. But getting a reply from his personal email address meant that it worked. From now on I could send my music to the A&R directly. Even though I was rejected by the label, I was so happy to finally got my foot in the door. And the next day, I remember it was a Sunday evening and I didn't expect any email, but my notification popped up. It was the same A&R who told me he sent my music to Hardwell, and he did like it and wanted to put my music out on an EP. This later became my first ever release on Revealed, the Shockwave and What You Called Me EP. And the next week, Hardwell even played this song in his live set at Tomorrowland. You'll remember what I said in the beginning about my goals? I got 2 down in the same week. And to make it even crazier, that same week I contacted Alvaro and we finished our song Ready for Action, and Spinning Records wanted to sign it to their label. Still remember what I said about my goals in the beginning? Now I got all 3 big goals down, all in the same 2 weeks. My first release on Revealed, my first track in a Hardwell live set, and my first release on Spinning. I truly believe this is all about persisting on your vision and trusting that life will present the people on your path to get there. You just must be open to receive it. I really believe that invite by the producer from my neighborhood, who gave me the email and the kick drum, was put on my path to get me towards my goals. Your vision and dreams should always be bigger than any doubt or fear you have on how to get there. Simply, and I know it's not simple, but only focus on your vision, your dreams, and how you will get there is not up to you. That will reveal itself along the way. I was always visualizing myself on all the big main stages worldwide and seeing the crowd in front of me playing my own songs. That was the delusional self-belief I had for years already. Looking back, I realized it was never about luck. It was about persistence, setting big goals, dreaming bigger, and trusting that the right people would show up on my path when I needed them most. And the same goes for you. Whatever your dream is, don't let doubt decide your future. Focus on your vision, keep putting in the work, and trust that the how will reveal itself along the way. Because if I can do it, you can do it too. Stay persistent, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next one. I've been in the music business for over a decade, and in that time I've learned a lot. Some lessons came through wins, most came through failures, and many came through just showing up year after year. Today I want to share what I've learned. These are timeless lessons, things I wish I knew earlier. If you're an artist or creative, or thinking about becoming one, this might save you some time. Part 1. Mindset comes first. Here's the first truth. Nobody cares about your art as much as you do. And it's not a bad thing. It's actually freeing. We all think there's a spotlight on us, that everyone is watching our every move. But the truth is, people are too busy with their own lives. That means you have freedom. Freedom to experiment, freedom to fail, freedom to try again, without the whole world noticing. And that leads me to this. You have to be your own biggest believer. Sometimes even a little delusional. Because if you don't believe in your own vision, no one else will. Dream big, and when you do, you start noticing opportunities you would otherwise miss. Look at successful artists, not to compare yourself, but to remind yourself that it's possible. And here's a warning. Don't let someone who gave up on their dreams talk you out of yours. Success demands courage. And if you feel fear, doubt, or imposter syndrome, that's actually a good sign. It means you're pushing into new territory, and that's where real growth happens. But here's the thing. People only cheer for you twice. At the beginning, when you announce your dream, and at the end, when you finally succeed. The long middle part, it's usually silent, so you've got to learn how to cheer for yourself. And appreciate the small circle of people who support you the whole way through. Part 2. Fall in love with the process. So let's talk about the process of creating. It's never about your resources. It's always about your resourcefulness. I started with an old PC, the demo version of FL Studio, and some cheap speakers. And even today, I mostly just use a laptop and some headphones. The gear matters way less than what you actually do with it. And here's a big one. You have to fall in love with the process, not the results. If you're chasing validation, money, or recognition, you will burn out. But if you love creating for the sake of creating, you will last. Now let me bust a myth. People say do what you love and you will never work a day in your life. That's complete BS. If you want to master your craft, you're going to have to push. Show up when you don't feel like it. Study, improve, face challenges. That's the real work. And while you're doing the work, remember this. Iteration beats repetition. Don't just do the same thing over and over. Do, reflect, adjust, and continue. That's how progress happens. And yes, consistency is a secret. But here's the catch. Consistency looks boring in the moment, but absolutely beautiful in the end. One track probably won't change your life, but dozens and maybe hundreds, that's what creates real momentum. Part 3. Failure is feedback. Now let's talk about failure. Because if you're serious about music, you are going to fail. A lot. And that's not bad. In fact, if you want to succeed faster, double the rate of your failures. Each one gives you feedback, direction, data. Not getting results isn't a reason to quit. It's a reason to improve. Failure is reflection. And remember this, pain, setbacks, and obstacles, they're not detours. They are the road. They build resilience, patience, resourcefulness, and vision. They prepare you for the dream you are chasing. And sure, pain and motivation can light the fire at the start. Maybe you want to prove people wrong, or maybe you want to escape a tough situation. But long term, motivation fades. What sustains you is your why, your purpose. That's the fuel that keeps the fire burning. Part 4. Put your work out there. Here's something practical. You have to be willing to fail in public. Don't just send your tracks to family and friends. Publish them. Put them out there. Real feedback comes from real listeners. And don't underestimate the value of a single fan. When you're starting out, one person who saves your song or adds it to their playlist, that's huge. Be grateful for every single one. A rejection? You should expect it. If a label says no, it doesn't mean you're not good. It means you're not the right fit for them at that moment. Use it as feedback, raise your standards, and get better. Part 5. Music is art plus business. Now let's switch gears, the business side. This is where a lot of artists struggle. But here's the truth. Marketing your music is just as important as making it. You can write the best song in the world, but if nobody hears it, it doesn't matter. And here's something I wish I knew earlier. You don't need a label to start. Too many artists wait around for someone to discover them. But the reality is, you can put out your music right now. Start building your audience, track by track, release by release. If you're consistent, people will find you. And eventually, labels will come knocking anyway. But by then, you will already have some leverage. And here's a game changer. Outsource what holds you back. For me, it was mastering. Once I realized I could get professional quality masters for a few $100, it freed me to focus on creating and finishing. And please learn the basics of the music business before you sign anything. Know how royalties work, understand publishing and label deals, sign up with the right organizations so you can collect what you are owed. I wrote a complete book about the music industry you can read in a day, and it tells you everything you need to know. One more thing. Don't quit your day job too early. Financial stress will kill your creativity faster than anything else. Use your job as a safety net while you build. Once your music consistently pays your bills, then you can think about making the jump. Part 6. Play the long game. So what does this all add up to? Longevity. You can't rush the process, but you can guarantee success if you just don't quit. One song won't change your life, but consistently releasing music and building a strong catalog over years will. And here's something most people don't talk about. Save your money. Every artist, even the ones with massive breakthroughs, experience dips in their career. Nothing lasts forever, and your peak will eventually come down. The question is not if that dip is coming, but how you're going to handle it. So be smart with your money. Invest what you earn into appreciating assets outside of music once your income starts growing. Because financial stability will give you freedom, peace of mind, and the ability to keep creating no matter what stage of your career you are in. And finally, only go for this if you truly intend to make a dent in the world. The music business is too tough, too demanding, and too unpredictable to pursue half-heartedly. But if your vision is to leave an impact, to contribute something meaningful, to create art that outlives you, then the struggle is going to be worth it. That kind of purpose will carry you through the hardest part of the journey. And when you finally get your foot in the door, after all those years of hard work, don't lose your hunger. Stay just as driven as you were on day one. And always, always remember why you started. So that's what I've learned after more than a decade in the music business. It's mindset, it's persistence, it's resilience, it's creativity, it's business. But above all, it's about loving the process of creating. The music industry is a long game, but if you believe in your vision, embrace failure as part of the path, keep learning and never quit, I promise you, you will find your place in it. Today we're talking about something every upcoming DJ and producer dreams about. The moment when things finally start to click. I'm gonna break down 5 clear signs you're about to blow up. And if you're seeing even 1 or 2 of these signs right now, trust me, you're on the right path. So stick around, because sign number 5 might be happening to you without even realizing it. Alright, the first sign is probably the biggest one. Other DJs are playing your music in their live sets. Yeah, it's cool when a fan downloads your track or shares it on SoundCloud, but when a DJ, especially one who already has their own hit records and literally gets hundreds of promos from labels and other artists, chooses to play your track in front of a crowd, that's the ultimate compliment. You should think about it. They could play any track in the world, but they picked yours. That means it has energy, it fits into their set, and it's good enough to move a room full of people. That's when you know you're not just making music for your bedroom anymore. You're making music for dance floors and main stages. Number 2. Labels are reaching out to you. Now, don't expect a major deal on day one. Sometimes it's just a quick DM or an A&R asking if you have new demos, or maybe an invite to submit for a compilation. But that small message means something huge. You've been on their radar. Labels don't waste their time on random artists. If they're contacting you, it means you've been doing something right for a while, and something you dropped recently pushed you over the edge. Maybe your track started buzzing online, maybe it got played out by another artist, or maybe it caught fire on TikTok. Here's the key. Interest from labels is momentum. You don't always need to sign right away. Sometimes it's smarter to keep building leverage. But if labels are showing up in your inbox, you're definitely turning heads. Number 3. Your fan engagement is changing. When you first start out, fans are casual. Maybe a like here and there, a couple of plays. But when you're close to blowing up, people start going deeper. They're tagging you in Instagram stories when they hear your track in a club, making fan edits of your music, leaving comments asking when the next release is dropping, or sending you messages about how your track hit them emotionally. That's not service level anymore. That's connection. That's how communities form. And when fans shift from passive listeners to active supporters, that's a sign your music is bigger than just you. It's starting to belong to them too. And here's a little bonus connected to this. If playlist curators, YouTube promo channels, or even TikTok creators start picking up your tracks, that's a massive multiplier. These are tastemakers. If they're amplifying your music, your reach can grow overnight. Number 4. You're getting requests to collab or remix. This is a big one because it means other artists see real value in your sound. They don't just like your music, they want a piece of it. It could be another up-and-comer asking for a collab, or a bigger artist inviting you to remix one of their tracks. Either way, that's recognition that your style stands out in a crowded scene. And here's a pro tip. Collabs are one of the fastest ways to grow. You're not just sharing ideas in the studio, you're sharing audiences too. That can take you from unknown to noticed very quickly. And finally, sign number 5. The real world opportunities start rolling in. Promoters hit you up for gigs, you're getting booked for events you used to just attend. Maybe you're opening up for names you once looked up to, or your name starts showing up on lineups and flyers. This is the industry's way of saying you've got momentum. People want to be associated with you because you're bringing energy, fans, and fresh music. Sometimes these signals are subtle. Maybe it's just a few extra local gigs at first, but if doors are opening faster than before, that's not luck. That's momentum stacking up. And here's another one. Managers, booking agents, photographers, and even other DJs start reaching out to you just to stay in touch. That usually means word is spreading behind the scenes. So there you have it. 5 clear signs plus a couple of bonus ones that you're on the edge of blowing up as a DJ or producer. To recap, DJs are playing your tracks in their live sets, labels are interested, fans are leveling up, collab requests are coming in, and real-world gigs are opening up. Adding curators, influencers, and industry folks taking notice, and you've got the recipe for that big breakthrough. If even one of these is happening for you right now, congrats, you're closer than you think. So keep pushing, keep improving, and most importantly, keep putting music out. Because momentum only grows if you feed it. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more and drop a comment telling me which of these signs you have experienced. Who knows, maybe your story will inspire someone else who watches this. Every single day, over 100,000 new tracks hit streaming platforms. Most of them probably forgotten within hours. Now think about your favorite artist. What pops into your head first? Their latest song or their brand? The feeling they give you. The truth is, music gets you noticed, but brand makes you unforgettable. And today I'm going to show you how to build one that lasts. Part 1. What is a music brand? A music brand isn't just a logo or a stage name. It's a total package. How you look, how you sound, what you stand for, and the story fans tell about you. Music pulls people in, but your brand, that's what makes them stay. When someone hears your name, what do they feel? That feeling, whether it's energy, rebellion, or connection, that is your brand. And if you don't define it, the world will define it for you. Part 2. Why music alone isn't enough. Thousands of songs drop every single day. Even if your track is amazing, it's competing for attention with millions of others. Your brand is what makes you recognizable, memorable, and shareable. It's what turns a one-time listener into a lifelong fan. Think of it this way. Your songs are the chapters, but your brand is the complete book. Without the biggest story, it's just random pages. Part 3. The 5 pillars of a strong music brand. Let's break this down into 5 pillars of a strong music brand. Number 1. Visual identity. Your looks, your colors, your cover art, your lifestyle. Tiesto's brand screams premium. Private jets, residencies, champagne culture. His entire image says luxury experience. That's intentional. Number 2. Voice and message. What do you stand for? Are your lyrics about positivity, rebellion, escape? Fred again is a perfect example here. His voice as an artist is about vulnerability, capturing real-life moments, and turning them into emotional, communal experiences. Number 3. Personality. This is all about you. Are you mysterious, approachable, outrageous? Martin Garrix's approachable and likable vibe is why so many fans feel like they know him. Number 4. Consistency. If your Instagram looks different from your shows and your music videos tell a third story, people will get confused. Consistency makes your band stick. Let's take Alesso. He's been consistent for years with his cinematic, melodic and uplifting style. And for over a decade, he still closes big main stages and festivals all around the globe. Number 5. Community. Brand isn't just about you, it's about them. Do your fans feel like they're part of something bigger? That's why Fred Again concert feels like family gatherings. Fans aren't just watching, they're part of the energy. Part 4. Some real-world examples. Tiesto's brand goes beyond tracks. He's built an image of luxury and exclusivity. Private jets, residencies, high-end lifestyle. Fans aren't just buying into his music. They're buying into the idea of success and celebration he represents. Martin Garrix's brand is about approachability and excitement. His fans feel connected enough to wait hours at airports just for a glimpse. He genuinely feels like a friend you wish the best in everything he does. And Fred Again, his brand is built on raw honesty and pure authenticity. He records his friends' conversations, phone notes and even WhatsApp voice messages, and he turns them into tracks. Fans don't just love his music, they feel like they know his world. Alesso's brand has always leaned into cinematic and big energy. From closing all massive festival main stages with big fireworks to luxury aesthetics, his identity makes his music feel like an experience on its own. These aren't accidents, they're intentional branding choices that align completely with the artist behind it. And here's the key, you don't have to be at their level yet. You just have to be clear on your own vision and who you are. Part 5. How to build your brand, step by step. Okay, let's make this actionable. Here's how you can start building your own brand right now. Number 1. Define your core. Grab a notebook. Write down 3 words that describe your music and your personality. Maybe even your hobbies and interests. That's your foundation. Number 2. Audit your visuals. Look at your social media, your artworks, even your outfits you like to wear daily. Do they match those 3 words? If not, it's time to realign. Number 3. Craft your story. Every post should feel like part of your bigger narrative. Behind the scenes clips, live shows highlights, even casual TikToks and Reels. They should all reinforce your story. Number 4. Engage your community. Reply to comments, share fan art, shout out to listeners. People don't just want to hear your music, they want to connect with you. Part 6. Common mistakes to avoid. Here are the biggest mistakes artists make with branding. The first one is changing their style too often. It's confusing for fans. The second one is copying other artists instead of owning their own uniqueness and authentic self. And the last one, ignoring fans, treating them like numbers instead of people. Your brand isn't about pretending to be something you're not. It's about amplifying the real you in a way fans can connect with. That's what real authenticity looks like. So if you're serious about making it in music, stop thinking only about your tracks. Start thinking about your brand. Because your songs are the soundtrack, but your brand is the world fans want to live in. Now I want to hear from you. What 3 words define your brand? Let me know. And if this video helped you, subscribe for more and share this with another artist who needs to hear it.